Hello, welcome back. This is To Tell You the Truth, a podcast about sex and college students. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Hadley. If you haven't already subscribed to us, be sure to, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the little subscribe button. If you're listening from Spotify, hit the follow button. And then you can also follow us on Instagram @_ to tell you the truth.
Absolutely. And just a little reminder, we've had some people write in. We are not experts. We are not the Bible. We are just having a conversation. Take what you want, leave what you don't love. We're not experts. We're just having an open conversation. And just think about it. If you don't like something, why don't you like it? That's I love that. Just think about it. Tell us why you don't like it. We don't like us either, so we won't get offended.
Oh my God. So what are we
Okay.
talking about today, Ethan?
Today, we're going to be talking about dating and how to be a Tinder god. So, dating in college is so hard. It's so hard. Because who wants to be tied down? First of all, when you first get to college, I was in a relationship, should not have been in a relationship, should have broken up way before. And the way I went about breaking up with this kid was horrible. It was awful. Because I was like, I'm 19 years old and I just want to have fun. And he was such a nice guy. He was a little older, so he was more mature. But going in, I think the biggest piece of advice is do not have a relationship going in. I don't care if it's 4 years, 2 months, or anywhere out or in. Don't be in a relationship when you first go to college.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people kind of go away to college with their boyfriend of 4 years or whatever from high school, and they're like, I love them so much, but you're gonna change so much in your first year of your first semester of college alone. You're gonna change so much, and you're gonna go home for Thanksgiving or Christmas and be a totally different person. And when you see that boyfriend, it's gonna be different.
Different. That's the huge thing is
Mhm.
it is so different coming back for the first time because you're not the same person. You have new life experience. And dating is hard, period, the end. But especially when you're that young and in college, it's how do you meet people? How do you find because you're not only trying to date, you're trying to find friends. You're trying to find your place in the real world or the college world because college world still isn't even real world. It's bigger high
Right.
school, which
That is
is,
so true.
yeah, it is. As you get older, it stops being that. But the first year is literally high school without parents. Fun,
That's
don't get me
I've
wrong.
never heard someone describe it that way, and it's so true. It's
It
so
would,
true.
yeah, it's true because it's literally you're living in the dorms. It's in your dorm is your high school, and you're there, and it's being in high school because you have all the same social constructs. You have the different groups, who fits in where, who's going to eat with each other at the dining hall, triggering. The most
Right.
absolute. I have anxiety to begin with. Throw me into
Mhm.
a dining hall. I couldn't go and ask for food without literally dropping my shit everywhere and being like, I just wanted a grilled cheese.
And going to the dining hall by yourself,
I
terrifying.
never did it. Not once in my
I
entire.
got used to it. I got used to it. Well, not my freshman year. I would never go by myself my freshman year. But then
Never.
as I grew up, I was like, you know what? I'm literally starving, and I'm not gonna wait for everyone to be done. But it's anyways,
Yeah,
it's just
sorry.
really
Not to go
hard
on
to
a
be
side tangent,
lonely.
but
No, that's okay.
yeah. No, but it's true
It's
because
good advice anyway. Yeah.
it is. And so that's the whole thing with dating. Now, you're in college for a little bit. You kind of found your people. You're kind of finding your way. It is hard dating in college because there are so many options. There are so many different parties, cliques, groups, frats, sororities, clubs, extracurriculars. And it's kind of hard maintaining that relationship when there is just so much extra going on around you. I feel like, in my experience.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that.
Yeah,
I
because
think
yeah.
there's also, the cute boy across the hall or the random boy that you walk by or girl that you walk by on your way to class, and you're just like, "Oh my God, they're so cute. I want to get to know them." But how do you do that? How do you get the
Oh my
courage to
God.
talk to them and what if they're not who you thought they were? Like, how do you do that? It's
What I always did, if so, oh, but side note, if you hear us saying like, oh, that cute boy or whatever, we're just both attracted to men. Like, this is like not just for like people that are attracted to men. This is for everyone. We just might say that a little more because like that's like just how we talk. But like,
yeah.
this is just like, it's a general, does not matter the gender or who you're into because we love it all. I just want to put that out there, a little
I love that.
inclusivity
It's
memo.
exactly amazing.
Yeah. Anyways, what I used to do, I was taking a psychology class and there was a 6'2" Adonis, literally was like, I saw him and I was like, future husband, I'm gonna be your trophy wife. And I could see 6 kids in a 5-story mansion in LA. I was like, so I sat next to him and I would always be like, oh, I don't know what's going on. I'm so dumb. I don't know. I can't read. And so I would just, and I kind of pulled a Mean Girls, like, when she was like failing math on purpose. I
Oh
didn't go
yeah.
that far. Do not dumb yourself down. That is not the moral of the
No,
story.
no.
I got an A in the class, but I was like, the professor was like, oh, and I was like, oh, you know what? I don't really understand this. Could I get your number in case I have questions about the homework? And he was like, yeah, wrote down his little numby num, threw it at me. We went on 3 dates. He ended
I
up
love
being a
that.
jackass. He ended up being one of the worst human beings I've ever come in contact with. But you know what? Because
You
I
put
was just a
yourself out
little,
there. Yeah,
yeah.
you put yourself out
And
there.
and not everything has to be like, oh, I think you're attractive. Like, do you want to go on a date? No, no, no. Start off as friends. Start just a conversation. Because once you start working your way into their life, they're gonna be like, oh, I know you. Let's talk. Let's hang out. Let's go get dinner. Let's have sex.
Yeah. But what if
Yeah.
it's not like a natural, like, oh, they're in my class. Oh, we bumped into each other. We were in the sauna at the gym and we're like talking,
Oh, well, if you're in the sauna,
but then
just
never
jump their
saw each
bones
other.
right then and there. No, maybe don't do that. No, that's
But
true because like if you bump in, yeah, yeah.
I feel like in my experience, like the way it seemed to happen for me a lot was like I would be like scrolling through Tinder or Bumble or whatever, and then like all of a sudden I'd be like seeing my matches like walking down the sidewalk, and I'd be like, oh my god,
Oh my God.
we just talked for like 40 minutes last
And how
night.
uncomfortable. It's like, do I say hi? Do I like keep my head down? And I would say for things like that, if you're talking to someone on a dating app, I'm gonna say, don't like run up to them and be like, "Hi, bestie, what's up?" and give them like a hug. No, 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 no. We're not gonna do that. You're just gonna smile and wave. Just give them a cute little hi, bye, little tease.
Hmm. Acknowledge that you know who they are, move along, and
Exactly.
that works out well. That's what I usually did.
I know. Leave them wanting more. There's nothing wrong with playing a little game. We're not playing Monopoly, but maybe a quick little game of like dice or something,
Yeah, go fish. Yeah.
yes, just something nice and easy. No,
Mhm.
but that's true because if you're just like, and that kind of leads us into the whole dating apps on how you meet people in college. Um, so that interaction, if you're talking to them and you're walking by and a little hi, how are you? Not even just a wave and keep walking. But what happens when you're like swiping and you're talking to someone and then like how do you move off the app? That was always like the biggest thing because like you can't talk on Tinder or Grinder or Bumble forever.
Forever, right. It gets to so, like, there's, like, a fine line, I feel like, of, like, talking on a dating app and then, like, asking for, like, someone's Snapchat or their number or
Yes.
something
Well,
like
no,
that.
that's a great point because I'm gonna say I probably almost never asked for a phone number. It was always, hey, what's your
It's
snap?
always Snapchat.
It's
Mhm.
always Snapchat.
And that
It's a little less formal.
yeah, agreed. I think that Snapchat is an easy way to, like, ease yourself into it because, like, you give them your phone number, which I don't even have an explanation as to, like, why I feel weird giving people my phone number that I, like, am meeting
Well,
off of
I
dating
think that
apps.
makes sense though, because like Snapchat, you can literally block, buy, ghost, never
Yeah,
see them again.
yeah.
Phone number, like that's like intimate.
You can
It, like,
like, you totally could block a phone number, but it's just so not the same. So I feel like
Not the same.
from if I'm gonna give any advice here, if you're talking on a dating app, always go Snapchat, don't go phone number. Phone
Always
number's
go
weird,
Snap. I love
and
that.
if you like, if someone asks you for your phone number, I feel like for me that was like a red flag. I was like, what do you mean you don't have
Right?
like a
It's like, why don't
Snapchat?
you have a Snap? Like, why not the
Hmm.
Snap? Even Facebook fucking Messenger.
Right.
Like,
Like
come
also
on.
as like I feel like also maybe this is my explanation. Like Snapchat, you can like cut out the catfish. Not that
Oh,
like
no, no, no.
catfish
That's
is like a
beautiful.
huge
I love
thing,
it.
but you can totally cut out the catfish because you can be like, "Here's my Snapchat. Send me a picture of you
Oh, I
right
love
now."
that. Yeah.
And like if they don't have Snapchat, which who our age like doesn't at least like know what Snapchat is, used to have a Snapchat, has a Snapchat, whatever. And two, if they're not gonna send you a picture of themselves, bye bye. You're
Well,
like
that's
obviously.
huge.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, because Grinder for our audience, gay Tinder, that shit is so scary because
Mhm.
Tinder, you know, you can completely verify yourself. You choose photos, you have a bio. We're going to talk about that bio in a minute. I'm
You
coming
can you
after some of
can
you.
you can link your Instagram and like your
Yeah,
Spotify and all sorts of stuff. Like there's a lot of info on Tinder.
absolutely. Grinder. So on Tinder, let's just start here. On Tinder, it's by how many miles away someone is. Grinder is to the feet. It is how many feet away someone is.
I didn't even
I
know
li-
that.
Yeah. Oh, I was on Grinder once in our dorm, and literally, I was like messaging this guy, and I literally saw him go 10 feet, 9 feet, 8 feet, 5 feet, 0 feet, and then go back up because he walked past our door. I was like, should I pop my head out and be like, hey, babe, hi, because
That's
I'm right
crazy.
here. Yeah. No, it is. And then not only that, you don't have to have your name, you don't have to have your age, you don't have to have a picture.
Oh my gosh.
So, in a huge thing on Grinder is like torso pics, like chest pics. People are, and then like the names are all like DL or like the eye emoji looking for sex, and it's like pictures of their body. And like people won't send face pics.
You definitely
Like
need to get Snapchat from there if you're gonna move on from that little situation because that's so scary.
I've done it. Like it's so unsafe. Like never do it. But like I've done it. I know other gays that have done it.
Yeah,
Like it's just like you send it. How dangerous. Like I haven't done it in years, but like
yeah.
that is like one of the most, especially on Grinder. Like there are some like Tinder sketchy. Grinder's another ball field of sketch balls. Like it is so scary on there. And then just have people be able to see like how many feet away you are. And then
Mhm.
it's like these like 45-year-old men with like their nipples hanging out and they're like, hey baby boy, what's up? And you're like, ah.
That is so scary.
And so like with profiles, like there's a lot of blanks and it's very sketchy. That's why even though like swiping in northern Maine on Tinder, there's like not a lot. It's like a lot safer
Mhm.
on Tinder. Speaking of profiles, we're gonna get a little controversial.
Okay.
Bios.
Okay, yeah.
It needs to be short and sweet. I don't want to read your whole life story about how your grandmother emigrated to Ellis Island and your mom saved a puppy when she was 8 years old.
One.
Okay, my computer died, so that might have been cut off. But once again, Ellis Island, mom saved a puppy, don't give a shit. I want to know if you're funny, and I want to know. That's it. I just want to know you're funny. I want to know you're funny. You have a personality. So the people that have bios that are like, "Oh, class of 2022," blah, blah, blah. No, make it funny. Like a great bio was when used to work at Olive Garden. My bio was, if you hang out with me, I can get you free breadsticks.
I love
Super
that.
funny, super cute, nice and short. And then I also had like, I think I had like UMaine, like, cause I go to UMaine.
Mhm.
Super simple and easy.
I don't even know. I've always been really bad at bios. They've never been long, but I've had like short random ones that I like rotated through. I think like my one that I had like the longest was like legit probably from like a stupid BuzzFeed article that was like a list of like funny, short and funny Tinder bios, and it was like the snack that smiles back, and then I had like you main, which is
Okay,
like
but
it's
yeah.
like it works, like it's like oh, haha,
Haha,
you
I'm a
know,
snack. Ah.
mhm.
No, but again, that's
And
cute and funny and good.
it worked for me. People would be like, "Oh, you are a snack," and I'd be like, "Oh my god, thank you."
Oh my God, thanks, babe. No, exactly. Because the people that are having these like Edgar Allan Poe novellas are like, no one's
Literally,
reading that.
if you have a 5 paragraph essay as your bio, no one's reading it.
No, we don't care about
Or
your APA
it's
format.
if they are reading it, it's to make fun of you because no one care like and also if you list all the things that you don't like about a woman in your bio or a partner in your bio, it's like must be a 5'2", 100 pounds, can't disagree with me, and I love like I don't know what to say that's like not
I
gonna
don't
be
know, but
offensive,
here's the end
but
of the story, drink bleach. If that's your bio, drink
literally.
bleach.
Hmm. If that's
I'm not for, yeah.
you realize that you swipe too, right? Like if you don't like someone, just swipe left. Just swipe left. You don't have to put that in your bio.
Exactly. You do not have to put like what you don't want in a partner. Also, don't put what you want in a partner. That comes off so
Yeah.
desperate. That comes off like
I
pick
think
me, choose me.
I also think that there's a difference though, because like if you are like on there looking to like there's like some things you can put in your bio that are like looking to hook up, looking for friends with benefits, looking for a relationship. Those are things like that you're looking
Yes,
for that
what
are
you're
okay to
looking
put in your
for.
bio.
Yeah,
Not
not the
like
personality of someone.
right, right.
Huge difference.
Very
And
big
like
difference.
with that, swiping, pictures. I am so sorry to all my gentlemen. Enough with the fish in your truck. Enough. I don't give a shit that you go fishing. I can cook that fish probably better than you can catch fish. I'm not going to put I'm
Also,
a gourmet chef.
there's no need for a picture of like just your truck. We don't care.
If
I'm here to tell you
anything,
right
yeah.
now, we don't care.
The girls and the gays have spoken. No one cares about how big your truck is because, as Sigmund Freud once said, they're compensating for little penises. And
And
that's not
also,
even bias. That's a fact.
from a personal study, it is definitely a fact.
Yeah, no, if you and don't get me wrong, if you're like a car truck person and you're like posing in front of your truck, one picture, great. If you have
Hmm.
one singular picture where you look great, awesome. Throw that on there because you know what? I'm not huge into cars, but I like a car. I like looking at cars and stuff. And if I see a guy with like a nice big Ram truck and it's like pearly white, he's standing in front of it with the swagger and the confidence. I'm like, oh, he's got some confidence.
That's totally fine. The picture of like you just your truck after you went mudding, delete it.
No.
Keep it off. You can only put
And
like so many pictures, and I'd rather see your face and actually know what you look like than see what your truck looks like.
and am I the only one? I brought up the fishing. Is it me or does every guy, their father, their grandfather, uncle, cousin, brother have them holding the big bass on the ship?
Yeah, you see that a lot too. Again, maybe one of them's fine if it's like a really good picture of you,
And a huge
but
fish. If you caught like a hammerhead shark, throw it up. If you
right.
caught a little teeny piranha, no.
Yeah, we don't want to see those little like sunfish. Like
Yeah,
we're
you caught
good.
a beta fish out of Petco fish tank. No, I know. So
Make
because
sure
you want to get, yeah,
also group pictures. Like group pictures are okay if you have pictures that show what you look like. And if you want to throw up a picture of you with like one or two friends, put it towards the end to prove that you're
yes.
like social. But like also make sure we know which one you are because it's like how am I supposed to know when there's like literally 80 people in every picture?
And
You
also,
don't.
if you have to write in your bio like I'm the one on the left, you need to redo it all, blank canvas, set it on
Hmm.
fire, and start again. And it's true because you want to make sure you're sociable. Because if I'm going through and it's all these like they can be like sunset, golden hour, gorgeous selfies. And if it's literally all you, I'm gonna be like, this person has no friends. Like I know and for some people that's great. Like they're like, I
Hmm.
don't want someone that's like super sociable. Awesome. For my preference, I like someone who's a little outgoing or not even outgoing, just shows that they have friends.
Right.
Yeah. And there's that. And there's also posing with the other gender.
Yeah, if you have to
Mm.
specify in your bio, that's my sister or that's my cousin or whatever, don't post it.
No, and that's like I'm gonna say it's a little ass backwards. Like, it shouldn't be that way. But coming from people in college that are looking to like get their rocks off or like even find a relationship, because there are relationship stories off of Tinder and Grinder. We're gonna talk about that in a minute.
Hmm.
But if I'm swiping and like for me it's a little different because like I go for more masculine men, so like I can never really tell, so it doesn't bother me. But if I'm swiping and like it's a picture of a guy and this other guy is like on top of him, smushed together, I'm like, absolutely, I'm not already there's competition.
Right.
Already. This is not RuPaul's Drag Race. I am not here to fight lip sync for your relationship.
Right. That's so
All
funny.
set. I know, but and the same goes for straight, gay, bi, whoever, whatever you're into. Just be careful how the pictures portray your relationships because it could be literally your aunt who's just like a MILF, super hot aunt. And she could
Right.
just be like, oh, this is my cute little nephew. I don't know you like that. I don't know that's your aunt. All I see is Gloria from Modern Family with her boobs up to her chin standing next to you.
Right. So funny.
Yeah. So
So
yeah,
true.
just be
Great
careful.
advice though. And then yeah, I also think that like a huge part is like make sure that like I know I've said this before, but like make sure you clear picture of your face, we know who you are, whatever, because say you do really hit it off with somebody and then you like get their Snapchat and they are still looking like their pictures on Snapchat, but you meet in person and you're like, I don't really know what they look like. It can be like dangerous to like not know what the person you're meeting up with looks like. So,
Yeah. It's also not for nothing. Use great photos of yourself. There are some photos of me where I look like I could be on an Abercrombie model. Like, and I'm not. Like, if you're watching on YouTube, you can clearly see I am not an Abercrombie model. But there are some pictures where the light hits, I turn my butt the right way, and everything just comes together. I'm going to use that photo, but then I'm going to throw one that looks a little more like me. Because if you're
right.
using all the best photos of yourself, which is great, and you really like, and I don't look like that all the time. Every now and then I'll hit it right. But using all those photos and then like on Snap using filters that scrunches your face, get your cheekbones nice and high,
Mhm.
it's I'm not gonna say it's catfishing or wrong, but like when you meet up with someone and you literally you look like the unphotoshopped version of yourself.
I would say I don't think it's wrong. I think it's just misleading and not that someone should like be like overly offended to the fact, but just be true to yourself and be honest and you are cute and the picture that you like stare at for way too long and you like hate it, I'm sure like it's fine. Like throw it on there. Everyone loves a good personality pic every once in a while to
Absolutely. And
like
here's
set
the
the
other,
tone.
yeah. And the other thing is like, yeah, there's everyone has that like two or three like magnificent photos, but then there are other ones where it's like you see the vulnerability, like the smile, the charisma, not the like Kylie Jenner lip kit pout. And like, yeah, and like honestly, like if I see someone like that, hey, I'm intimidated. And like
Mhm.
if I did that for everyone, just like did my best pictures, always did my jawline, you're meeting up with someone and like it's hard to say they're not going to be disappointed when like you don't look like that, and like that's okay, but you should love yourself and be comfortable with yourself enough that you can throw like maybe not that snatched photo of you, like a good photo of you where you're happy and you're fun. I think that's like so attractive when you can see genuine happiness, and throwing that on your Tinder like automatically. And if it was between like a six-pack ripped guy and a like pool kicking back, and then someone who's just like so happy, automatically I'm gonna go with the happier one.
Yep. Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah. So and that's a huge thing. It's how you present yourself too, because these aren't real interactions. It's not like someone gets to see your shining personality, see how funny you are, how quick and witty, and like your personality. They're basing it off your looks, which is the whole premise of it. And it sucks because I know that personality can take literally like person who's a 3 and make them a literal 9.
Right. I think that's so big too, is like right now we're literally almost a year into a pandemic. People have
Hmm.
like gone head first into like online dating, and like how do you show that you have that personality?
Well, and that's like the whole thing with like messaging first too.
Mhm.
It's like that first message, it can't just be like, hi, hey, how are you? No, 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 no. You have to show personality. You have to show that you're willing to try and put
Mhm.
effort in. Because there's nothing worse than like the hottest guy being like, hi,
What's up?
period, the end. I'm like, I'm not responding to you. Nuh-uh, no thanks.
Look
Yeah,
at their
so
profile, see if there's an interest, or like have an opening line or ask a question about them or something like that and get like a conversation going, because small talk gets so boring so fast, especially when you're talking to like 10 different matches at once, you know?
exactly. And like and there's no shame in that. You're swiping, you're getting matches, you talk to those people. But
Mhm.
that's where the bio also comes in. Because if you have that quick, flirty, and fun bio, that's an instant conversation starter. Or if they have their socials linked, a great way is being like, oh, like like don't be a creep. Don't like don't get creepy. But if you like find their social and you like look at it and you're like, oh, you went to like this concert. I love that artist, like some conversation starter that shows you have common interests. Huge, huge.
Mhm. Another big thing is like link, if you have Spotify, link your Spotify and it can
Oh my
show like
god.
you can put like your anthem, which is like your favorite song, and it shows your top artists, and that's like a huge way to connect with other people too. It's like if you both love Tyler the Creator, then you have so much to talk about. Or Lana Del Rey, yes.
I am wearing her sweatshirt. No, but you're totally right, because music is a huge way to connect with people. Because first of all, if you don't like music, period, the end. That was it. That silence answered it all.
The
No,
silence
but
was just so loud.
it was so loud. And that's the thing. So just find a way to genuinely connect with someone, start a conversation, have a cute little bio, some cute pics, maybe throw in that one shot where you look like the Victoria's Secret model. Like, yeah, and just
Yeah,
be
no shame.
authentic.
It's Tinder. If you look hot in a picture, there's no shame in popping that hot picture up there.
No. But
Do
the
it.
thing is, be yourself, present yourself in the way you want to be seen, because the whole thing is they're basing you off the 6 picture, one bio, one anthem profile.
Right.
Just use it. Use it and portray yourself the way you want. And you'll get matches. And if you don't, I'm telling you, I've matched with people and went on dates, and we're about to start going into story time. There are some matches that I wish I did not go on. Okay. Now it's for me and Hadley's favorite time. We're going to do a little story time.
My favorite part.
Would you like to go first, darling, or do you want me to?
Well, I can go first on like a wholesome note.
Yeah, you go wholesome, I'll go scary, and we'll just flip flop.
Okay,
My
love
favorite,
that.
a little versatile moment.
So my cousin, she is she's 24. She was like 23 at the time. And she and her boyfriend met on Bumble, and she like tweeted about it like for their 1 year anniversary, and they got like a care package sent to them from Bumble of like matching hats and like matching water bottles, and like the water bottle said like I'm not thirsty anymore, and it was so cute and funny.
Ooh.
And so like people that are on, so I guess I'm telling this story to be like, if you're on Tinder looking for a relationship or Bumble looking for a relationship and you're feeling like down about it, like relationships happen from online dating. Like they definitely do. Hookups happen, relationships happen. You just have to be specific about what you want, and if you make a genuine connection, then like it'll totally happen, and maybe you'll like get a care package sent as well.
Yeah, I know Grinder does that. They have like this whole segment. It's like on their Instagram reels or like whatever archives. It's like we met on Grinder dot 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 and like they like literally it's actually really sweet. People that get married Grinder, if they can like show that like they met on Grinder and tell their story, they get a segment on Grinder's Instagram and then Grinder pays for their wedding or something like that.
Oh,
I don't want to
that's
say
so
like wrong
sweet.
information. But yeah, they do something like they promote them. I know, isn't it really cute? I don't think it's paid for their wedding. I feel like that's extravagant, but maybe
That
like
is extravagant, but
sponsor.
I wonder if Tinder does anything because I met my boyfriend on Tinder, and when I showed him that my cousin got like a care package from Bumble, he was like, "Why didn't Tinder do that for us?" And I was like, "Because you didn't tweet about it. I don't know." So
Go
I
ahead,
don't know.
tweet.
We might have to look into that because I would love some Tinder swag.
I know. Grinder has a whole merch. Sorry, this is off topic merch, and it's like schoolboy chic. They have like the socks, the blazer.
Ooh,
It's so cute. I would never wear it just because, like, it's a little something.
yeah, I
Yeah,
get you.
we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. If you wear it, great for you. Just not my taste. But it's cute. It's cute. It's cute merch. Um, so moving on with story time, I have a horror story, and this is
Let's
a
hear it.
warning for everyone. So here I was, 20-year-old younging Ethan, spruce and looking for love. Um, I met this guy and we were talking on Tinder. He was like, "Ooh, like breadsticks." He's like, "Oh, I should take you out to Olive Garden so like, instead of making the food, you can taste the food for once." And I'm like, "Choke me with a rake." I don't like Olive Garden. I worked there for too long, but love the attempts. So we ended up talking. We moved to Snapchat. He was so cute, so funny when we were texting. And he's like, "Let me take you out. Let me take you out." I was like, "No, no, oh my God, no." And then finally I said yes after like this first time he asked. I was playing hard to get. I only waited till he asked one time. So he was like, "Okay, great, I'll come pick you up." I was like, "Amazing." He came and picked me up. He said he was 6'4". I'm 6'2". I am a tall guy. This man came up to like my breast at most. And I say breast
Oh
because it was
no.
like under boob. And it was my under boob. I was like, "Okay, why lie about your height if you're gonna come
If you're
out?
gonna meet in
Like come
person,
like
yeah, that's weird.
yeah." And like it's not even like you were like, "Oh, I'm 6 feet and you're 5'10", where it's like, whatever. This guy was like 5'6", and he said he was 6'4". That's like a switch. Like, do you have
Yeah.
dyslexia? Did you switch it up? So I get in his car, and it was like a 2002 Ford like coupe with two doors, and like the side door didn't open. So I had to crawl through the front door into the passenger
Oh
side.
no.
And at this point, I was like, "Oh no." So we decided we were going to go to Ruby Tuesdays in Brewer. And I was like, "Great." I'm like a little chain restaurant. It's like, if people who don't know what that is, it's kind of like a cheesecake factory, just like a little more like Americanized, like burgers and stuff. So as we were driving,
I feel like she's the sister to TGI Fridays.
yes, like the like hotter older sister of
Mhm.
Fridays.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong, love Fridays. Ruby Tuesdays is like kind of it. Um, Anyways, so as we're driving, he like we talked about music. He loved the same music. He loved Lana Del Rey, that indie like "Kill Yourself, I'm So Sad" girl music, which is just like my vibe.
Mhm.
And I was expecting him to play it. We sat in silence. Like when I say silence, I mean it was like my ears were ringing. It was so quiet. So I looked at him and I was like, "Oh hey, like how was your day? Like did you work today?" He's driving his car. No.
Do you think
Okay.
he was like nervous or
I thought he was a serial killer because
yeah, I would get vibes like that too. Oh,
the rest of the time I was like, "Oh, so like you go to like Husson University, like how is that? Like what's your major?" Bio, driving his car. That's it. Ears ringing, silence,
that's
silencio.
scary.
No. So then I'm like, okay, like you know what? Maybe he's just like a nervous driver. You know, because in my head, I'm trying to make up these excuses saying I'm not going to be brought to a place where he's going to murder
Right.
me and throw me in a ditch. So then we pull up to McDonald's. Not even going inside, pull up to the drive-thru. I was like, oh, I thought we were going to Ruby's Tuesdays. He's like, no, we're going to get McDonald's and go back to my place. I was like, okay. And of course I said okay, because I'm not standing up for myself. Who the hell am I? No. So I was like, okay. And I was like, he's like, what do you want? I was like, okay, can I get like a Big Mac meal? Love a good Big Mac. He's like, that's like a little expensive. And I was like, oh no, like don't worry about it. I can pay for it myself. Because he goes, no, I'm gonna pay for you. Why don't you get something off the dollar menu? I was like, okay, like, and here's the thing about dates. I am totally like, if you want to go like half on the check, like that's so fine. Like, I don't expect anyone to pay for me, anything like that. But
Right.
if you're going to offer to pay for me and then give me a list of what I can order when I offer to pay for myself, who the hell are you?
That's
So
so weird.
it was bizarro. So I got like a McChicken, and we talked about this. I love a good McChicken, but not when I thought I was getting MF and Ruby Tuesdays.
Right.
So we get the shit, we go back to his place, and I'm literally sitting on this man's couch, and he put on like Deadliest Catch.
What is happening?
I don't know. It's been almost 3 years, and I'm still like, was that a fever? Was I on like drugs? Did I hallucinate? So we're sitting there. And mind you, he got like 4 Big Macs, a quarter pounder with extra cheese, and I'm over here with a McChicken and a small fry with no drink. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, like I'm getting kind of tired. And he goes, aren't you gonna give me head? Boy, I'm gonna give you something. Oh, I'm gonna be put on CNN. You trying to do something. I was like, how dare you? I was like, drive me home. He goes, I'm not gonna drive you home until I get head.
Oh my God, that's so scary.
It was March. It was March in Maine. I walked my cute little ass out of that apartment, ordered an Uber, and cried my way home.
That's so scary. I'm so sorry that you went through that. Oh my God.
Yeah, and that was such a long story, but it just goes to show he was so charming on Snapchat, so kind. I'd snap him, you look so cute today. You're so handsome. Such a dick in person. Oh my
Oh my
God.
God. That's horrible.
Yeah, so be careful because you can end up thinking you're dating a Ruby Tuesday man and you're going to McDonald's. There's nothing wrong with McDonald's, but misleading someone and then expecting oral sex? Oh, mama, it is 2021. We are not pulling that shit anymore. Grow up. Grow up. Period.
Wow. That's insane. I went on a Tinder date my freshman year of college with this guy who was really cute. He also went to Husson, which for those of you who don't know is like 20 minutes away from UMaine where we were at. And he was also from the town next to me at home. Happened to
Oh, no
be, which is
kidding.
like so crazy, right? And so we were talking like, oh, where are you from? Blah blah blah. And we literally lived like less like than like 5 miles away from each other at home. And it's going really well, whatever. He goes, let me take you out for a date. Okay, fine.
So is
We
how it
like,
starts.
and so he picks me up. I'm like so nervous because like I like had not been on like a real date in a while. So I was like, oh my God, I'm so scared. And we go to Angelo's Pizza, which was fine. He's like, I love this place. It's my favorite. He paid
Oh,
for
love
dinner.
that.
It was
Love
cute.
that.
And we sat and we talked for like 3 hours, but I had no service. And my friends were like trying to like blow up my phone, making sure that I was like still alive and not kidnapped.
Good
And
friends.
and I was not responding because I was not getting any of their messages. We go back out to the car. He like comes and like opens the door for me and lets me in. We get stuck in hockey game traffic while he's like bringing me home. And he like pulls one of these like dumb like, oh, can you hold it? He's like rummaging around his pocket. He's like, oh, can you hold this for me? And I was like, yeah, sure. Hold my hand. It was
Oh, so
very
a
sweet.
cute little cheesy moment. I love
It was
that.
super cheesy. He was like a music major and like made me a playlist after the first date, and it was like
Shut
so he like
up.
so like it came out like really great, and then we like hung out 2 more times, and it just kind of like fizzled out because it was just like not it. So like you can have really great like first date experiences, but like if it's not it, it's not it. Turns out later on I did some digging from like my hometown friends. He had just broken off. If this date happened in like the end of January, he had just broken off an engagement to a girl that he was dating since 8th grade.
Shut
At
up.
at Christmas, he broke off the
No.
engagement. They'd been engaged
No.
for a year and a half, and not even a month later, he was like taking me out on a date. So the reason the date was so good because he was obviously like a relationship man for like ever, but like was not ready to be going on dates and stuff like that. Isn't that
Shut
so
up. I'm
crazy?
screaming.
I
That is
know. Isn't that
insane.
such a plot twist? I was like, this is crazy. Saw him at a bar over the not this past summer, but the summer before, and like he was with his dad, and he was like, "Oh," and like introduced us, and I was like, "Haha, we went on like 3 dates. I don't want to."
Yeah,
Super.
meet
It
your
was so
parent.
weird. It was so weird.
Yeah, that just goes to show you like that's like the like thing. You don't know someone. Like you do
Mhm.
not know someone just because you're talking on Tinder, Grinder, Bumble, Raya,
Right.
whatever dating app you're on. Isn't Raya for celebrities or something? I just hear people talking about it.
I don't even. I've never even heard of that before. It might be
I don't know. Either way, um, yeah, like that's insane. Engaged since
engaged.
they no
Like
no 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 no, no.
they were
All set.
dating since they were literally 13. He was like 22. Well, maybe 21. He was like 21. I was freshly 19. And so crazy. Like
I'm
I
out.
wish I knew.
I'm out. I'm all set. Good, done. And they're done that. Heard enough.
Mhm.
No, and that's insane because that actually, so my friend, because I was talking to her about the podcast and she's like, oh, baby boy, do I have a story for you? She's gone out with this guy, met on Tinder. He was so sweet and charming. They talked and talked and talked. Only on Tinder. Red flag. Never gave the Snapchat, the number, the Facebook, the Instagram,
Mhm.
nothing. Not even the Spotify account. Gave her
So weird.
nothing. So he's like, one day he's like, oh, like I'm so horny. Like you should come over. And she was like on there for hookups. She was like, absolutely, and I'm go get it. If you're on there for hookups, it's a hookup app. Get your stuff. So he ordered her an Uber. It was in Boston. She took the Uber. It was in this like penthouse by the Boston Commons. And for those of you who aren't from Boston, that is like the Commons are like kind of sketchy, but like the apartments around it, like Derek Jeter, like or not Derek Jeter, Derek Jeter. I don't know. Some
Maybe.
famous rich ass people live there. I'm not into sports. Someone told me this once. Rich people live there. So she went there, buzzed. He signed her up. Got in the elevator. There was a doorman. There was concierge service. She's like, it was like a like Hilton hotel. It was gorgeous. So she's gone the elevator on the way up. She gets like this penthouse, glass wall to floor ceilings, like a wet bar that was bigger than most bars. Gorgeous. This guy comes out in like a like brown felt suit, looking so handsome. And she's
Wow.
like, okay. So she goes, she gets her stuff on. In the middle of them having sex, she turns and there is his wedding photo next to his wedding ring. And then she turns to the other side and there are the pictures of his kids. So she was like, what the frig? Like, what are you doing? And he was like, no, like me and my wife have an arrangement. And this girl's like, okay. So of course, like she knows his name, found him on Instagram. The wife was tagged and stuff. So my friend was like, oh, I kind of have an inclination. And I will always say, if you are talking to someone and you find out they have a significant other, text the partner.
Mhm.
Always and forever. We're talking about cheating and breakups later, but I'm gonna say it from right now, because if it was you, you would want to know. If it was
Absolutely. Yeah.
you, you would want to know. So she messaged us like, hey girl, your husband told me you guys have this arrangement. It just seemed really fishy. If you guys do, I'm so sorry. I don't want to be psycho. Read it. 10 days later, she goes, thank you so much. I went through his phone. I just filed for divorce and we just moved in with my parents.
Oh my gosh.
No arrangement. This guy was just a pig and slept with this girl off for Tinder. Okay, so we heard some success stories, we heard some horror stories, but that's not meant to scare you. For every horror story there's a great story. We both met our boyfriends off of dating apps. I know plenty of couples that have met off of dating apps and stuff like that, Instagram DMs. In our day and age, it's a great way to meet people as long as you're safe about it. That's the biggest thing. Be safe. Like, and be authentic, because if you're portraying yourself as something you're not, it is going to be so obvious when you meet someone in person that you're not being yourself.
Mhm.
And like, that's the whole thing of our podcast. It's to tell you the truth. The truth is, the more authentic you are, the more true to yourself, the better things in your life are going to go, romantically, sexually, and just everythingly.
Yeah, just in
Is that a
general,
word?
yeah.
It's true. So just be yourself. And on these dating apps, don't take them that seriously, because for every guy that ghosts you, or every girl that ghosts you, or thing that fizzles out, your person's out there. Take your time. We're in college. We're in our 20s. Some of us might find our forever person, or already have. And if you have, I love that for you. If you haven't, your time will come. And if you're not in a relationship, you're in a relationship with us, because we love you.
We do. So true.
We do.
But with
so
that, I just want to say again, thank you all for listening. This has been
thank
To
you
Tell
so
You the
much.
Truth. I'm Hadley.
I'm Ethan, and this has been sponsored by Share. Not sponsored by, what is it? Affiliated with
Affiliated
Share.
with, yeah.
Affiliate. I wish we were sponsored. Someone please sponsor us. We need money. We are affiliated with Share, overseen by the University of Maine, and this is run by Dr. Sandra Karen, is our producer, quote unquote.
Advisor,
She's the
yeah,
teacher
sure.
advisor. I love that. I love it. There's so many words. Words aren't our thing. But once again, thank you for listening. Please subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on Hulu and on Instagram @_To Tell You the Truth. Both of our socials are on there. So if you guys want to see what we do in our day-to-day, please follow. And thank you guys so much. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.
Bye.